Me, Assistant Professor in English, KCS, Co-ordinator College of Arts and Science, Chennai. She served as a coordinator of various committee, member of IQAC committee, editorial committees, and also totally she presented 16 papers in international and national conference. I am so happy to welcome you in this webinar, ma'am. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm welcome.
Yeah, ma'am.
Good evening.
Now we have our center coordinator and also my guide, Dr.N.Ramakrishnan, sir, member Syndicate, professor and head of the Department of Educational Technology, TNTU. Welcome you, sir. Last but not least, I would like to welcome and extend my thanks to all the participants from various colleges. Once again, welcome you all.
Thank you. Ma'am, can I take over?
Yes, ma'am. Suvanya, ma'am. Please go to presenter option, ma'am.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. First and the foremost, I thank Vice Chancellor, Tamilnadu Teachers Education University, Registrar, Controller of Examination, and the Program Coordinator, Dr. Ramakrishnan, sir, member, Syndicate Committee, Professor and Head, Department of Educational Technology, Tamilnadu Teachers Education University, who has given me this wonderful opportunity to be a part of the webinar. I've also heard this is going to be the 102nd program that they are conducting. All the best, sir. Okay, today's topic, we are Ma'am, can you share the slide, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, thank you, ma'am. Okay, the topic today we are going to see is a very interesting one and also something which we all should enrich. That is, enriching personality through soft skills. Life is what it is. You cannot change it. Ma'am, can you change the first slide, ma'am? Life is what it is. You cannot change it. But you can certainly change yourself. Said famously by Hazrat Khan. Personality is a guarantee of success and happiness. Let us see what is personality. Personality is a guarantee of success and happiness. Through centuries, personality is regarded as a practical force of determining your success and failure. And especially, traditionally they believe that a personality or merit, which is countless, that belief that personality is inherited and expressed. Especially, I quote an old saying, he is a chip of the old block, which means that whatever character he has inherited or the personality which he has, it is from his genes. That is what they say. But Abraham Lincoln said that you have to do your own growing, no matter how tall your grandfather was, which means that, so whatever qualities you have inherited by your parents, but still you have to enrich yourself. So here, personality is what we can enrich. Though it is not by our birth, we can definitely enrich our personality. Ma'am, next slide. Ma'am, yes, thank you, ma'am. Often we confuse with the character and personality. Character and personality are not the same. Rather, we can say that character is the moral aspect of your personality or your behavior, which is controlled by your conscience. Whereas your personality, the consciousness shows that like what you want to be or what you are creating yourself to be, or how people are judging you and how you are judged by others. This is called as personality. Next slide, ma'am. Normally, when we analyze human beings, we come across different kinds of personalities. Though we say everybody is unique, each can be classified into these 8 kinds of personalities. First, extroverts. Extroverts are people who are always energized, multitasking, who is good at mingling with people, who's always, smiling and ready to do anything. So those type of people are called as extroverts. And then sensors. Sensors are people who are realistic, who focus on facts, who apply common sense and past experience to find practical solutions. Those type of person we call as sensors. And then thinkers. Who are thinkers? They tend to make their own decisions. They are logical. They value honesty. They are always consistent and fair in taking the decisions. And then judges. The judges are people who are always organized, who's always prepared for everything in life, who stick to their plans, always follow the rules. They will never move out of rules in life. Then we come across people, who are like introverts. So already we have seen extroverts, now introverts. Introverts means people who what we can say they are much reserved people who like to work alone or in a small group. They'll have them for themselves and they'll work in that. They'll focus on only one task at a time. They are not multitasking like extroverts. And then intuitive. Intuitive people always focus on possibilities. They value innovation, something new, and they seek for creative solutions to problems. And then we have feelers. Feelers are sensitive people. They are always cooperative. They decide based on personal values and how others will be affected by their actions. Those people we can classify as feelers. Then perceivers. Perceivers, they always keep their options open. They act spontaneously and they like to be flexible with making plans. So these are the 8 different kinds of personalities we come across in life. So do you think all these 8 characteristics, though they are unique, do we think that they are not, they doesn't have any drawbacks in their character? Yes, definitely each and every kind of personalities or persons or human beings have their strength and as well as weakness. We know our strength and we know our weakness. So we coming to the next part, like how we can enrich our own personality, how we can enrich ourselves. Next slide. Now, what is personality enrichment or why we should enrich our personality? Especially when we look at personality enhancement, it is about investing yourself or how you can manage yourself effectively regardless of what life might bring your way. Come what may, I'll be successful, which means that though you are thrown in a sea, you will come out with a fish on your mouth. It means that you can handle any situation and you can come out of it. So you should be always positive in your mindset. Your personal development can cover any activity that improve your awareness about your identity, about your quality of life, where you can develop your talents and your skills, which is called as personality development or enriching your personality. Next slide, ma'am. Yes. Now, we know how important it is to enrich one's personality. Now, let us see what are the benefits we are going to get by enriching our personality or personality enrichment. When you enrich your personality, we will be self-aware. So, what is awareness? Awareness will help you to eliminate your weakness. You should know what is your strength and your weakness. If you know your strength, you can add on it. If you know your weakness, you can try to eradicate that from your life, or you can add, you can even make your strength into your weakness into your strength, or at least you can make sure that your weakness doesn't affect your growth. If you want to be successful, a person should know his strength and weakness and he should work on it. So one must be self-aware of himself. And then the next most important thing is a sense of direction. So this is one of the most important keys of personality enhancement, that is a sense of direction, because you know to channelize yourself and you can lead your way to success only when you know the sense of direction. For example, if he doesn't know even where to go and what to do, we will never achieve our goal. So here what we can do is we can create our own rule book for ourselves, and especially what we want to do or what we want to do in our life, and especially how we are going to follow it. Channelizing your action is a sense of direction. Maybe you can divide your goals into short-term goal and a long-term goal, and you can say in 6 months I have to do this, in 1 year I have to complete doing this. So when you channelize your thoughts, you can definitely follow the path and you can reach success. So the sense of direction is the most important thing one has to focus. Then we all are focusing on so many things, but something we have to think and follow is improved focus. What is improved focus? You know you have certain skills. Maybe somebody is good at acting, somebody is good at writing, somebody is good at speaking. But do you think they are the best? No, they are good. It can be better, and they can go from better to best. So polishing your skills and learning even more about it will make you an exponent in that particular area. So try to improve your focus on that. Though you have that skill, though you are good at it, try to even polish more and try to learn more things from, maybe from your strength or even something new. Often I enjoy the line from the poem Ulysses, which is written by Tennyson. He says, "It is not late to seek a newer world." So whatever you want to learn, it is not late until you want to do it. So try to focus on new things and try to achieve what you want by focusing, by having improved focus. Then motivation. What is motivation? Which will help you to renew or rebuild your own self-esteem, your confidence. That is, you should have confidence in your own abilities or what you can do. So it's like balancing. Like, life is not all about success or life is not all about failure. You face both. You face failure as well as you face success. So we can see some people will be totally dejected when something happens or when they face failure, or they'll be over jubilant when they face success. So one has to take life as it comes. It should be in a calm and composed manner. He should take both success and failure. He can say, if at all he had failed in something, he can say, as failure is a stepping stone for success. He can definitely just analyze why he has failed, and then he can just develop himself, or whatever he has done wrong in previously, he can correct himself, and then he can reach success. So we can see many writers or even great legends who have faced failure in their lives in the beginning, and then they have persistently, they have continuously worked on it, and then they have reached success. So failure is not end of it, or success is never going to stay there with you. So motivate yourself. Whatever you want to do, try to motivate yourself. I could like to say a story regarding this. A person who is getting ready to sleep. He goes to his bed. He is about to sleep, and suddenly there is a power off or the electricity failure in his area. This is the first time he is experiencing this in his life, and he tries to sleep and he couldn't sleep, and then he picks up his phone and he calls the electricity department and he asks for what is happening or when the electricity is going to come back. They simply say that no, it is not possible, there is a big problem, and only the next day they can get it done. So he goes back, and he doesn't have any choice. He tries to sleep. He couldn't sleep. Then he gets up and tries to open the window, which he couldn't. He comes back and tries to sleep again. Then once again he goes to the window and tries to open it. He couldn't. This time he was really frustrated, and he finds something, and hard material nearby, and he takes it up and breaks the window, and he comes back to his bed and lie down and sleep well. Then next day morning he woke up, and then he saw, instead of his window, he has broken the mirror in his room. Do you think by breaking the mirror he would be able to sleep well, or the wind would flow in through the mirror? Definitely not. So when he tried to sleep, in the beginning, the window is not open. He couldn't sleep. The second time he tries to open it, he couldn't open. He broke the mirror, and then he slept. So even in the second time, he did not broke the window, so that through the window the wind never flown in. So what is the difference? The difference is, first time he believed that the window is not open, the air is not flowing in, so I couldn't sleep. Second time he convinced himself and his mind that now I have broken the window, the air is coming through, and I can sleep well. So both the situation is the same. The thing never changed it, but he convinced his mind in the second time that now the air is flowing in. So for successful or whatever we want to do, the simple thing what we have to do is, you have to convince your mind that I can do it. If not I, who can do it? Motivate yourself to do something or what you want to achieve, so that you can definitely get it or you can attain that. And then resilience. What is resilience? Resilience is never that you never give up attitude. So it will definitely, this resilience will improve your quality of life. You have to fight till the end. Sometimes, you know, like you try 20% or 30% or 40%. Some people try even up to 80%, and then they just give up. They just think that, no, I can't do it. I will never do it. Or it is not for me. It is not my cup of tea. I think I should have never done it. So they think like that, and then they just move out of it. No, you shouldn't do that. You should always give 100, 200% till you achieve it. I quote once again from Tennyson: to strive, to seek, but not to yield. I repeat, to strive, to seek, but not to yield. So which almost shows that you should strive for it, you should try to find it, you should never give up, not to yield. Never give up. Fight till the end until you get it. That is more important. And then the next one, more fulfilling relationships. Especially the man who has lost the art of living is the man who doesn't know how to be friendly with people or how he can maintain relationships. So here, having a fulfilling relationship will always help you to be positive, optimistic in thought. They say that try to be with the people who are optimistic. Never try to mingle with the people who are pessimistic in thought. People who are pessimistic in thought, that is, who are negative in thought, always they will say, no, this can't happen, this will never happen, you are not going to do it. Why did you unwantedly take risk? Why do you want to do this? No, be satisfied with what you have. If at all you are friendly with those people, try to limit your friendship with them or try to change them as positive. So try to be with positive people who nurture you in positive ways. Especially the people which we meet in our daily life, that is, on a daily basis. For example, your colleagues or your friends in the class, or the people whom you meet daily and spend time with them. They are having a great impact on your life. Knowingly or unknowingly, they will definitely have a great impact on your life. Especially the people who interact with will automatically change the way you think, the way you talk, the way you posture yourself, and the way you see the world. Almost that will change. So try to be with positive people. So here I would like to quote from Robert Browning, who has said, grow old along with me, the best is yet to be. He says, never, try to, never think that, you're not going to get something. Always think, even you're becoming aged, just something good is going to happen to you every day. That is, it has been dawn for you and for your success. So try to have that positive attitude in yourself. And the next slide, ma'am. Yes. So why we should yes, the next slide, ma'am. Oh, yes. So now we have seen the importance of personality enrichment and enriching oneself, and what is the need to enrich. So now let us see why soft skills. Everybody is focusing on soft skills now. Even our foundation English syllabus are changed into soft skills, and they say that studying poetry and prose is what you have read in a bygone age. Now we are more focusing on these sort of skills. So why the soft skills is important? What is different in this soft skills and why we need this soft skills? So let us go into it. So what are soft skills? Soft skills are nothing but your professional skills, or it can be called as people skills, because today what we see is in soft skills is nothing but it is about your communication, about your teamwork, your leadership quality, your responsibility, all the essential skills we need in life. Or it can be called as a incorporeal or a non-technical ability which is expected from every candidate in an interview. So now when you are seeking for a job or you want to sell yourself in the job, just with a degree or with the skill needed for that particular job alone is not needed. You have to be a very good communicator. You should know to work in teams. You should have a leadership quality. You should have a responsibility, and you should have all these essential skills. So that is what employers are expecting from the employee. So it is really important to acquire this soft skills. So generally only 85% of one's success at the workplace is attributed to soft skills, and only 15% the technical skills are required. Employers expect something more or something extra today, what we call as soft skills. So if you want to sell yourself in the job market, you have to acquire the soft skill. So there is no option for us. It is the only option left to us is acquiring the soft skills. Next, ma'am. Okay, now we can see what are soft skills. So just through this diagram, once again I'm explaining, it is nothing but a communication skill, the presentation or your personality development, you're enhancing your creativity skills, and you should know to manage things, and you should be able to partake in a debate or a seminar, or quizzing skills, or negotiation skills. So one should know to talk in a convincing manner. So all these incorporate of soft skills which we need in life. Next, ma'am. Yes. Okay, now why we need this soft skills? So this soft skills, which what we already told, which is an people skill. So what we see in this is this particular soft skills refers to personality traits, your social graces, and almost your facility. So the soft skill, which is the difference between the satisfactory candidate and an ideal candidate. For example, when an employer is trying to choose his employee, and a person comes only with the technical skills that is needed for a job, he is an adequate candidate who has just the technical skills what is needed for a job. Or he finds a candidate who can present himself well, who can coordinate well, who can work in a team in a more perfect manner, or who can take things further and takes all the responsibility, who can do everything in a perfect manner, we can call him as an ideal candidate. Especially in the competitive job markets. Now it is not so easy to get jobs, and especially in this competitive job market, especially the recruitment criteria, which is not just limited to the technical ability. They just want a special knowledge called soft skills. So every job which is requiring an interaction with others. Nowadays, everybody is working in BPOs, where they have a person who has studied BA English is working in a BPO or a back office job. A person who has completed a biochemistry or any other subject is also working in the same department. So it doesn't mean just what you have read and you're just working with the job that is related to what you have studied. Commonly, everybody can do any work if you know these skills, what is acquired, and whether you have to talk with your colleagues or to the customers. If you are in a customer related service, you have to speak with many of the customers in a polite manner. You should know the language. So soft skill is important for employers, and at the same time it is also important for the employees who want to get the best job. They should be an expert in soft skills. Next slide, ma'am. Oh yes. Okay, now, so what are the keys to soft skills? These are different kinds of skills which is involved in it. The first and the foremost, what is the key to soft skills, or which is sought by the employers? Communication skill is the first and foremost. Often as teachers, generally we come across students who is not that much good in communication. We feel really bit odd or bit perplexed to see people like that, because when somebody who's working in a place, for example, I say that if a person is working in a mechanic shop for 2 or 3 years, when he is working in that particular shop, he will definitely would have learned everything in and out of that particular job he is working on, and he would be definitely an expert in that particular work. But often we come across students who have studied English from their schooling, throughout their schooling they have studied that, but they find it difficult to speak in English, especially when they were asked to take seminars and other activities. They find it very difficult to talk, or they think that they couldn't do. So the communication is a great barrier to many. Even some intellectuals, they feel that communication is a barrier. So there is difference between talking and communicating. Many can talk, only few can communicate. Communication means if I am saying something, I am a sender, you are the receiver, you should understand what I am saying. So the communication, the senders, whatever the sender says, the receiver should understand. So the communication, which is the most important soft skill. Especially able communicator can adjust his tone, his style according to their audience. He can even comprehend it. He can act effectively, especially on instruction, and even he can explain the complex issues to colleagues and clients in a simple manner where they can understand. So how you can be a better exponent in communicating? For that, you need the basic skills LSRW. That is listening, speaking, reading and writing. Often people talk about speaking skills. People generally they say spoken English class. But the basic for speaking is listening. The key is often forgotten here in the society. Communication skill starts with listening. Good communication requires a good listening skill. So good listening leads to easy communication. Whether you are dealing with a customer or a complaint or when you're working with your colleagues, only a good listener will help you to learn and respond correctly to the circumstance they have been presented with. So it is really important to be a good listener. And speaking communication has become vital aspect of any managerial process. So it is an unsaid rule. One has to be good in speaking, or one has to improve their speaking skills. So how you can attain this speaking skill? It is very simple. Unless you speak, you're not going to be a fluent speaker. So you have to practice. In the beginning, you may be wrong, but never worry about it. Start speaking. Start speaking with your colleagues. Start speaking with your friends. Start speaking in the language which you want to learn. To whomsoever who is familiar with that language, start speaking. Unless you speak, you are never going to be a very good speaker. A language cannot be taught. It has to be grasped, or it has to be inculcated in the minds of the people who want to learn it. So please try to speak if you want to be a very good speaker. Tamil ஒரு famous saying இருக்கு, சித்திரமும் கைப்பழக்கம் செந்தமிழும் நாப்பழக்கம். அதே மாதிரி தான் இங்கிலீஷும். Even English can be learned by practice. Unless you practice, you are not going to be a fluent speaker. So whomsoever aspire, or whomsoever want to be a fluent speaker in English, please start practicing from now on. From today, whomsoever you are going to speak, try to speak in English so that you can be a expert in that particular language. Then the most hard part of it today is reading. Because nowadays, the youngsters have so many other hobbies and other entertainments, or they have so many ways to spend their time. So nobody is investing their time in reading. But this is a beautiful, reading is something, the most beautiful skill or an important skill one should acquire. So which develops your creativity, it will develop your creative thinking, it will develop one's ability to comprehend your concepts and ideas, which will give you, you can not only just reading will help you to be a creative person, it will also help you to be a person who can get solutions to your problems in life. At the same time, automatically when you go on reading, you will learn new vocabularies where it will help you to be a very good speaker. When you keep on reading, the sentence pattern gets registered in your mind. It will even help you to be a very good writer and writing. So the next important skill is writing. Communication may be made through oral or in a written form. But the written communication, which gives you a permanent record for future, and it will help you to, it will give you an opportunity to your employees to put their comment or their suggestions in writing. So writing is important. But nowadays we come across not everyone, but few who can't even write a sentence correctly. So a failure in language is equal to failure in education. A person who has spent so many years in his life in studying, when he can't even write a sentence correctly, so it means that he has failed in education. So the writing is something important. Everyone should develop it. So when you're writing, when you try to write, when you want to improve your writing, so whatever you learn or whatever you listen, try to write it, or you can then you can go through it. You have to improve your writing. You can be a better judge for your writing. You can just improve it. So when you go on doing this, definitely your writing skills you can develop. So adding to this communication, we can also add this verbal and non-verbal communication. Though you're not saying anything, your non-verbal things communicate to people. So when you want to be successful, especially in an office arena, you have to even to have a control of your non-verbal skills, especially when you talk about verbal skill, which is a key to fostering relationships. At the same time, non-verbal skills is also important, and especially body language. And once again, body language. There is a voluntary and involuntary body language. So only the body language, the way you pose yourself, the way you use your gestures, the way you look into things will make you a better presenter. It's only 7%. If you want to give a very good speech, only the words carry only 7%. Your tone and your body language is the remaining. The balance 93%, which is attributed to your body language. The way you pose yourself will make you a very good presenter or make you a very good speaker. So you have to be good in all these skills to communicate well. Next slide, ma'am. Yes. So the other things we are going to see in soft skills is self-motivation. So once again, it is the positive attitude, especially about the initiative to work well without somebody is around. Always when we are working, when our boss is there, we try to work, and sometimes we feel, oh, nobody is there to monitor us, so let us relax. That should not be the case. Always you should see that someone is there for you to monitor. That is none other than your own consciousness. Try to motivate yourself. Always try to work around the clock without somebody is supervising you, which is a vital skill. And especially if you don't believe in yourself, or if you are not going to trust yourself, nobody is going to trust you. So self-motivate yourself to do things, because nobody in this world is better concerned than yourself. If you want to be successful, you're the one who should be more going on for it. So self-motivate or self-motivation is the most important one should learn. And then the leadership quality. Many can work in the team, but only few can be a leader. If you don't have a good leader or a correct leader, definitely you won't have a proper followers or disciples. So the people who are strong in leadership skills, definitely they will have the ability to inspire others, and they will definitely lead the team to success. That is why it is particularly a sought after skill. Sought after skill means everybody wants to acquire that skill. That is the leadership quality. Especially a person who has this leadership quality will have a range of skills that are useful in the workplace. That is, a person who has this leadership quality will have a positive attitude and also have a positive outlook. They will have the ability to make quick and effective decisions. So you cannot be that just lethargic and you can take ample time to take decisions. You should make quick and effective decisions that is needed, and at the same time exemplary problem solving or conflict management skill they will have. That is, those who are leaders, and they will have a very good communication, and then they will have the aptitude for both self-motivation and also they will motivate others. Then you have responsibility. What is responsibility? Responsible for something, for the work which you are given. So it is seldom talked about, not valued that much, but highly valued soft skill it is. You should be responsible for the work or whatever you are responsible for. You should do it correctly. That is our responsibility. You should think that it is my responsibility to do it. So I have to do it. You do not want anybody to monitor you. Especially when you are in an office, your colleague who will fail to take the responsibility of their work, they will be very less protective. They will be very less successful overall. One should have the possessiveness in their work. When I'm doing something, I should take that responsibility. I should think, oh, this is my work. I should do it well. I should do it error-free. There shouldn't be any typographical errors. My work should be the best. Nobody should blame my work. So you should have the possessiveness and responsibility in the work which you are doing. So to demonstrate a high level of responsibility, the skills must be mastered. So if you want to be responsible, you should be trustworthy, you should be disciplined, you should be motivating, you should be meticulous, and you should be accountable. And also taking responsibility means you also take the ownership for not only the goals for what you want to achieve. It also means that taking initiative, accepting responsibility. Responsibility not only for the success, you should even take responsibility for the failure. Many take responsibility for success. Oh, I am the one who has done all this. Because of me, all this has happened. But many fail to take responsibility for failures. A person who is so strong or who is confident, even he will take responsibility for the failures. He will be caring, especially about the way he is working. So responsibility is something very important and which is a highly valued soft skill. And the next we can see the teamwork. So like leadership quality, even teamwork which involves a combination of other soft skills. Working in a team is not so easy. You should have a common goal which will require an intrapersonal skill. So you should know to interact with others in an effective manner. To know when to be a leader and when you should be a listener. Every time you cannot act as a leader. You have to be a listener too. And good team players are always understanding. They will understand the problems of others and also they will give the right work to the right person. So they are always receptive to the needs and the responsibility of others. So this skill doesn't just mean that they require to be something analytical or creative. So which is there in their particular mindset, or they'll be almost cool-headed. they'll have a level head. They will never be so hyper or they'll be too dejected or always sorrowful. They'll be always take things in an equal manner. They often reach a solution the more effectively than those who cannot. For example, we can say the former Indian captain, cool, what we call Mr. Dhoni, who's always level-headed, Mr. Cool. He always takes the decision in a very in a calm and composed manner. And then decisiveness. What is decisiveness? Decisiveness, which is the ability to work in a very quick and an effective manner. One should not be so rash in taking decisions or rash in working. So when you are decisive, you should know to put things in a perspective manner. That is, deeply one should understand. One should weigh the options available and also the relevant information what you have in, and then try to anticipate the consequences. It may be good or bad. You should anticipate both the stuff, and then you have to be decisive. So a decisive employee will always take effective decisions, and they will consider things and put into action, and especially when they are under pressure. And then ability to work under pressure and time management. Now we all are stressed. Now earlier, before 2 decades, before 20 years, when we only rarely people use this word stress. But today we can see from a 2-year-old child to a man who is nearly 60 years old, they all say, so it is so stressful, our life is so stressful. Even the working place, definitely we are under stress. So we don't have any other option. We should know to work under pressure. We should know to handle this pressure. If we can handle this pressure, definitely we can be stress-free. And for leading a stress-free environment in both your house and as well as in a office arena, it is always to manage time and as the same know to work under pressure. Especially in the modern days, many jobs which are demanding deadlines, and sometimes there are some high tasks that are required. So especially a person who can handle the stress will be successful, and the time management is important. When you are closely related, especially about the ability to work under pressure, which is always employees who manage their time will effectively prioritize their tasks, what they want to do or what can be postponed or can be done later. Time management is nothing but prioritizing your work and try to meet the deadlines on time. And one should be flexible in their work. Always they should try to embrace new tasks and new challenges in a calm and without any fuss. So you should be flexible. You should never say, no, this is what I have done before 10 years, so I will do the same. When somebody is coming with a newer option and where the option is more flexible, where you can attain or do something in a better way or in a more comprehensive manner, try to be flexible and accept that, and try to at least try it. Even if it's not right or if it doesn't come out well, maybe we can go to the old ways of doing it, and try to be flexible. Especially employers who are looking for candidates, they are trying to recruit candidates who has this sort of attitude, who take responsibility, who are flexible. And then the last but not the least, the negotiation and the conflict resolution, which means that negotiation skills where you can able to communicate. What is negotiation? You have to be a person who tries to be persuasive and who tries to influence others. And similarly, conflict resolution, which depends upon your strong intrapersonal skills. Ability to have a good rapport with your colleagues and clients. When you try to be too aloof from your colleagues and your decisions and whatever you talk will not be accepted in a friendly manner, especially when you are too bit friendly with them. When you have a very good rapport, it is easy for you to move on in your office and as well as in the society. Next slide, ma'am. Okay, so how can a soft skill be learned? Though it is not so easy to learn soft skill as you are learning this technical skill like passing the exams and so on, definitely we can learn it through the time which we put in or the time we are spending in acquiring these skills. It can be really tricky because you need a lot of introspection, because you should know your strength and weakness, which is a very hard task to find. But if you want to improve your soft skills, so you have to develop work in a certain role, and there are some tips to help you. Definitely by putting your time, you can learn the skill. Next slide, ma'am. Okay, now, so how to improve this soft skill? Participate in self-reflection, that is knowing your shortcomings, and if you are struggling, maybe as a friend or a family member will help you to identify what is your strength and weakness. So try to participate in self-reflection. Try to reflect on your own ways, especially about your ideas, about the way you have led your life. And look for online training. Now everything is available in internet. Even the old saying has changed. Now Mata Pita Guru Devam has changed into Mata Pita Google Devam. Whatever you want, you can click on to the Google and you can find answers for it. So what are the things you are lacking? What you need? Definitely that can be learned through online training. So just we have heard about seminars earlier. Now after this COVID situation, we all got used to webinars. Maybe the first time I didn't know how to log on to this, and now I can see that now I can do whatever I want in this particular computer or through my mobile phone. So we are learning, as necessity is the mother of all invention. We are learning. When there is necessity, we are learning things. So we are looking for online training which will definitely help us to learn the skills which we need. And observe others, especially look into others who are an expert in this particular skills, what you want to improve. Have a good relationship with them. Get the advice and coaching from them so that you can learn those skills. And the most important, practice those skills. So all the soft skills which will get improved, or you can improve that through practice. So once you have obtained these training or coaching, you practice using these newfound skills with your friends, family, before going to an interview which is related to this. So this will give you great confidence and skills in the workplace which you need. And also adding to it, I'll also add about you should have a intercultural communication skills, where you can be able to communicate with people from other cultures, and language skills at the same time, intercultural communication, and which will help you to adapt to new things. The next slide, ma'am. Okay, to conclude, I say soft skills do not mean just communication alone. It is a good mathematical skill, good communication skill, computing skill, presentation, skill and understanding skills. So once a person who tries to acquire all these basic skills or some of these skills, not everything, everybody cannot acquire everything. At least a few you needed for your job or what you need. So at least those skills as a person who wants to acquire, their confidence will definitely grow. For example, SWOT. Earlier it was SWOT. Strength, weakness, opportunity and threat. Now it has changed into SWOT. That is your strength. You should know your strength. You should know your weakness. Your opportunities. What is your opportunities? What are your challenges that you are going to face there? So when you know this, definitely you can analyze and you can understand the shortcomings and work on it. That will surely enrich your life and you will be successful in all your endeavors when you enrich your personality. Personality enrichment can be done through soft skills. I thank everyone for your patient listening.
Thank you, ma'am. Participate. If you have any doubts, put it on the chat box.
There's no doubt to anybody? Is there any questions, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Nice presentation and your communication really good, ma'am. Ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I'm here. You're talking to your colleague. Oh.
How to develop English speaking skill, ma'am?
Ma'am, as I told, the first barrier to communication, especially speaking, is fear. Especially when they are the beginner, they always having a fear that what others will say. If at all I'm making a mistake or if there is a problem in my pronunciation, how people will react or what they will say or what they will comment. The first basic way to be a good speaker is to throw that fear out of your mind. Start speaking. When you are beginning or when you are a beginning speaker, you will never be able to talk in the most perfect manner or with the perfect way, that is without grammatical errors or with the right pronunciation. You have to start speaking. It will be in the beginning with mistakes. And slowly you have to eradicate those mistakes from your speaking. So unless you speak, you can't develop those skills. We can do it in a more simpler manner, ma'am. For example, as I told, listening is the way that you can help you to be a very good speaker. You can start listening to programs, especially in English speaking. You can listen to some videos every day. You can listen to English news every day, at least half an hour, so that the words get registered in the mind, how they speak and how they try to deliver something. So you can, when you keep on listening and when you start speaking, automatically you will learn the language. As I told, Chittiramum Kaipalakam, Sendamilum Napalakam, you have to practice speaking the language which you aspire to learn. So you have to speak if you want to be a very good speaker in English.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. No doubts, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Very nice presentation.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So thank you. Once again, I thank the Tamilnadu teachers, great opportunity to meet you through this webinar. Hope we can meet on another occasion. So if at all possible, we can meet in person in your university. Looking forward to meeting you in person. Thank you for the opportunity. Once again, I thank Ramakrishnan sir who has given me this opportunity. Thank you everyone, especially sir who has coordinated, and other colleagues and research scholars of sir who has involved in this particular webinar. Thank you. And once again, I thank the people who have listened to this webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. May
you.
I invite Mr. Damodaran sir, TNT Research Scholar, Chennai, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. A very good evening to one and all. I am very much happy a word of thanks on this occasion. First of all, I wish to express my gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor N. Panjanaram sir, Registrar Professor Balakrishnan sir, Controller of Examination Professor Govindan sir, for providing encouragement and support for this giving as an opportunity to arrange this wonderful program. Thank you, sir. I would like to extend my special thanks to our eminent resource person who chaired the state level webinar on enriching personality staff skills. This session really very useful and set light on personality development and staff skills everyone. So once again, I provide thanks to Dr. S. Priyadarshini ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of English, KSC, Kasinada College of Education, Arts and Science College, Chennai. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, and thank to our management, principal, and authorities to give the permission. Thank you, ma'am. I sincere thank to my guide, Professor N. Ramakrishnan sir, Member Syndicate, Professor and Head, Department of Educational Technology, Tamilnadu Teachers Education University, Chennai, to organize this event wonderfully. Thank you very much, sir. My sincere thanks to all the participants for the active participation in this event. Once again, thank you everyone. I extend big thanks to the organizing committee that has given me the opportunity to participate in this webinar program and making this event successful. Thank you all. Thank you one and all. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Chennai, ma'am.
Priscilla, ma'am. Ma'am.
Now you can end the meeting, no problem.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.